Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering database language topic in DBMS. Guys, I have uploaded complete DBMS subject tutorials. I will provide link in description, you can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. Guys, normally if you want to communicate with any person, directly you can communicate in English language or Hindi language or any other languages. But database software cannot understand our languages. So in order to communicate with database software, we need database languages. Total there are 4 categories of database languages. They are data definition language, shortly we call it as DDL, data manipulation language, shortly we call it as DML, transaction control language TCL and data control language DCL. I will explain all these languages by giving various examples. Guys, we also call database languages as query languages or data query languages or SQL languages. All are same. Database languages are nothing but they are programming languages that developers use to interact with databases. By using these languages, database developers can perform various operations on database like they can define data, they can access data, they can update data and so on in databases. There are various DBMS softwares that use various database languages in order to perform various operations on database. And that one of the popular database language is SQL. This SQL is one of the standard programming language for managing database softwares. Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server and etc. All the softwares use SQL. So it is considered as standard programming language. These are 4 categories of database languages. At first I will explain what is data definition language. Shortly we call it as DDL. Guys, data definition language is used to define structure of database. Defining structure is nothing but creating tables, columns, etc. Guys, I will give one simple example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this data definition language. For example, by using data definition language, I created college database. Inside college database, I created student table. Inside student table, I inserted 3 columns. They are name, roll number and section. For example, I want to insert data like name Sai, roll number 21 and section A. But we cannot insert data by using data definition language. We can only define structure of database, that is nothing but by using data definition language, we can only create database, we can create table and we can create columns, but we cannot insert data. So the name itself says data definition language, that is nothing but defining only structure of database, but we cannot insert data or we cannot delete data. Structure is nothing but creating database, creating student table and creating columns. All this comes under structure of database. These are various commands in data definition language. I will explain all these commands by giving examples. At first I will explain what is use of create command. By using create command, we can create objects in database. Objects are nothing but by using this create command we can create tables and as well as columns. Not only tables and columns, by using this create command we can also create database. At first I will explain how to create database and how to delete database. Guys, whenever you open your database software, first thing you need to do is you need to create database. By using create command, we can create database. So this is syntax in order to create database. So in order to create database, at first you need to write create database and here you need to give your database name. This is syntax. For example, I want to create college database. So in order to create college database, you need to write statement like create database. Here I want to give database name as college. So just write here college. So just write here create database college and at last give semicolon. Guys, definitely at last give semicolon or else it will display error. So whenever you write this statement and click enter, it will create college database. Now in my database software, college database is created. Just now we created college database. Now we will check whether college database is created or not. In order to check whether college database is created or not, just we need to write statement that is show databases and give semicolon. Guys, definitely you must write here show databases, not show database, because in database software, not only single database, there will be multiple databases. So definitely write here show databases and give semicolon. Whenever you write this code and click enter, you will get output. It will display all databases present in my database software. So there is only one database, that is college database. So it will display college database. Now inside this college database, I want to create student table. And this student table must contain 3 columns. They are name, roll number and section. I will write code in order to create student table. In order to create student table inside this college database, At first you need to write use college, where college is my database name. Whenever you write here use college, now whatever the tables that we create, all these tables are stored in college database. So definitely write use college. Now we will create student table. So just write here create. In order to create student table, you need to use create command. So just write here create table, and I want to give table name as student. So just write here student, open bracket. Now inside this student table, I want to create 3 columns. One column is name, next column is roll number, and next column is section. So first column name is name. So just write here name, which is column name, and here you need to give data type. Normally we will give names like Nagendra, Sai, Shiva, so on. All are character data types. So you need to write a data type, that is varchar, where varchar stands for variable character. And inside bracket you need to give size. For example, if you consider name Sai, Sai is of 3 characters, 1, 2, 3. For example, if you consider Shiva, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 characters. Now I want to give limit, that is size 50, where Sai is 3 characters, Shiva is 5 characters. Like this, each name can contain up to 50 characters. Comma, next column is rule number. So just write here rule number. Guys, just remember that we should not give any space between these column names. And here you need to give data type. For example, I want to give rule numbers like rule number 1, 2, 3, 10, so on. So you need to write here data type, that is int. In order to enter numbers, you need to write data type, that is int. Comma, next column is section. So just write here section. And here you need to give data type. I want to give section like section A, B, C, so on. So all are single characters. So you need to give data type, that is varchar. For example, I will give here size 10. That means this section column will support up to 10 characters. We open bracket. Now we need to close this bracket and give semicolon. Guys, definitely give semicolon. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will create student table with 3 columns, name, roll number and section. Now we created student table inside college database. Now I want to check whether table is created or not. In order to check whether table is created or not, you need to write code, that is show tables and give semicolon. Whenever you write here show tables, it will display all tables which is present in my college database. Just now we created only one table. So whenever you write here show tables, I will get output, that is student, because there is only one table in my college database. Whenever you write show databases, it will display all databases which is present in my database software. Whenever you write here show tables, it will display all tables which is present in my particular database. For example, there are 10 tables in my college database. So whenever I write here show tables, it will display complete names of all 10 tables which is present in my college database. I don't want to see only table name. I want to see all columns which is present in my student table. So for that purpose, you need to write code, that is describe. Here you need to use describe command. I want to see all columns which is present in student table. So just write describe student and give semicolon. Whenever you write this code, this is my output. It will display all 3 columns, name, roll number and section. Instead of writing describe, you can also use shortcut, that is DESC. DESC student. Whenever you write DESC student, this is my output. It will display all columns which is present in student table. Next I will explain what is use of drop command. Whereas create command is used to create database objects like databases, tables, etc. And whereas drop command is used to delete database objects like databases, tables, etc. We created student table. Now I want to delete this student table. So in order to delete student table, you need to write code, that is drop table, and here you need to give table name. My table name is student. So just write here drop table student. Guys, all are small letters. Drop table student and give semicolon. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will delete my student table. For example, I want to delete complete database. So in order to delete complete database, you need to write drop database, and here you need to give database name. For example, I want to delete college database. So just write drop database college. So whenever you write this code and click enter, my complete database will be deleted. Guys, for example, my college database contains total 10 tables. So whenever I write this code, my database and as well as 10 tables will be deleted. This is all about drop command. Next I will explain what is use of rename command. Rename command is used to rename existing table. For example, there is student table. Now I want to change name student to students. In order to change name from student to students, you need to use rename command. So just write here rename, all are small letters. Guys, not only small letters, you can also use capital letters. So just write here rename table, and here you need to give old table name. My old table name is student. So just write here student to new table name. I want to change name student to students. So just write here students. Rename table, old table name to new table name. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will change name from student to students. Now my table name is students. By using rename command, we can only rename tables. We cannot rename databases. Semicolon is mandatory. Next I will explain what is use of truncate command. This truncate command is used to remove all data which is present in my table. For example, there is student table. In this student table, there is some data like name Sai, roll number 1, section A, name Shiva, roll number 2, section B, and name Ramesh, roll number 3 and section C. Now I don't want to delete table and I don't want to delete columns. Just I want to remove all this data which is present in my table. For that purpose, we need to use truncate command. So just write here truncate table and give table name. My table name is student. So just write here student. Whenever you write this code and click enter, my table will look like this. It will remove all data which is present in my table. This is use of truncate command. Truncate command will not delete table and columns. Just it will delete complete data which is present in my table. Till now I explained what is use of create command, drop command, truncate command and rename command. Next I will explain what is use of alter command. Guys, we will apply alter command only on columns. Alter is nothing but modify. By using this alter command, we can modify structure of existing database objects like tables, columns, etc. Guys, by using alter command, we can perform various operations on columns. These are 4 basic operations that we can perform on columns by using this alter command. By using alter command, we can add columns, we can modify columns, we can rename column names, and also we can delete columns. I will explain all these operations by giving examples. At first, I will explain how to add new column by using alter command. For example, there is student table. In this student table, there are 3 columns: name, roll number, section. Now I want to add one new column, that is age. I want to add age column to this table. So just write here alter table and my table name is student. So alter table student, add column, here column name. I want to add age column. So just write here age. We'll give age like 12, 13, 20, etc. So I will give data type, that is int. Alter table, table name, add column, column name and data type and give semicolon. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will add one new column. That column name is age to this student table and this age column data type is int. I want to check whether column is created or not. So just write here describe and my table name is student. Whenever you write describe student, it will display this output. You can see new column with name age. By using alter add, you can add new column. For example, for age column I given data type int, but I changed my mind. This time I want to change this data type to varchar 10. For example, I want to give data like ONE1, FIV, FI like that. So now I need to change this age column data type as varchar. So for that purpose, you need to use alter modify, where alter modify is used to modify data type of existing column. So just write here alter table and table name is student. So alter table, table name, my table name is student, modify column. I want to change data type of age column. So just write here column name, that is age, and here you need to give new data type. Here I want to give new data type, that is varchar, and I want to give size up to 50 and give semicolon. Alter table, table name, modify column, column name, that is age and give data type. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will change my data type varchar. My column name is age. Now I want to change this column name to my age. For that purpose, we need to use alter rename. So for that purpose, you need to write alter table, table name is student, student, rename column, my old column name is age. So rename column, old column name to new column name, that is my age. There is no need of giving data type. Just write here alter table, table name, rename column, old column name to new column name, that is my age. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will change name from age to my age. And last one is drop. I want to delete this my age column. So just write alter table, table name is student, drop column, my column name is my age. So just write here my age and at last give semicolon. Alter table, table name, drop column, column name. So whenever you write this line of code and click enter, my age column is removed. Now there are only 3 columns. Guys, in exam you may get separate question about alter command. So write these 4 operations in exam. This is all about DDL commands. Next I will explain what is use of DML commands. Guys, normally by using data definition language, we can only define structure of database. That is nothing but creating database, tables and columns. But we cannot insert or update or delete data by using data definition language. So in order to insert, update, delete or retrieve data, we need to use data manipulation language. By using data manipulation language, we can perform various operations on data which is present in my table. By using data manipulation language, we can interact and we can manipulate data which is stored in database. We can perform various operations like inserting, updating, deleting and retrieving data. These are various commands that we use in data manipulation language. Insert command in order to insert data, update command in order to update data and delete command in order to delete data. And whereas select command is used to see output. At first I will explain what is use of insert command. For example, there is college database. Inside college database there is student table. Student table contains 3 columns. They are name, roll number and section. Now I want to insert data in this table. I want to insert name like name Sai, roll number 21 and section A, name Shiva, roll number 22, section B and name Nagendra, roll number 23 and section C. In order to insert this data, you need to write code, that is, here you need to use insert command. Insert into, here you need to give table name. In which table you want to insert data? I want to insert data in student table. So just write insert into student values. I want to insert 3 records. First record is name Sai, roll number 21 and section A. So just open bracket, name Sai, where name is varchar data type. So just write Sai in quotations, comma, roll number 21. 21 is integer type. So there is no need of using quotations, just write 21. And section A, where section is varchar data type. So use quotations. Close this bracket, comma. Next record is Shiva. So Shiva in quotations, comma 22, comma section B in quotations. Close bracket, comma. Third record is name Nagendra, roll number 23 and section C. So again open bracket, name Nagendra in quotations, comma 23, comma C in quotations. And close this bracket and give semicolon. Whenever you write this code, it will insert these 3 records inside this student table. Guys, first column is name, next column is roll number and next column is section. So you need to insert data accordingly, that is, at first write name, next roll number and next one is section. This is how we insert data by using insert command. Now I want to see this entire table as output. So in order to see this entire table as output, you need to use select command. So just write here select star. Star is nothing but it will display complete table. Star from, my table name is student. So just write here select star from student and give semicolon. So this is my output. Guys, just remember the star means complete columns. So it will display all these 3 columns as output. So this is my output. Star means complete columns. But I don't want this complete column as output. Just I want to see name column as output. So for that purpose you need to write select. So just write here select name from student. So it will display only name column as output. So this is my output. I want to see name column and roll number column as output. So for that purpose you need to write select name comma roll number from student. Whenever you write select name comma roll number from student, it will display output name and as well as roll number columns. This is my output. For example, now I want to change name Sai to name Ganesh. In order to change any data which is present in my table, you need to use update command. So just write here update and table name. I want to update data which is present in student table. So just write here update student, set name equal to, I want to change name Sai to Ganesh. So just write here new name, that is Ganesh in quotations, where here Sai roll number is 21. So just write here where roll number equal to 21 and give semicolon. Meaning of this code is, it will change name Ganesh whose roll number is 21. Here Sai roll number is 21. So it will change name from Sai to Ganesh. For example, I want to change this Nagendra section as section D, not C. I want to change this section C to D. So for that purpose, you need to write update student set. I want to change section from C to D. So just write here section equal to D in quotations, where roll number equal to 23. Meaning of this code is, it will change section to D whose roll number is 23. Here Nagendra roll number is 23. So it will update data to section D. Now I want to check whether data is updated or not. In order to check whether data is updated or not, you need to write code, that is select star from student, where star means complete columns. it will display all these 3 columns as output. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will display all columns from student table. So this is my output. If you observe this table, in this table it changed name Sai to Ganesh and section C to D. This is how we update data. Next I will explain how to delete data. Now I want to delete complete record of student whose roll number is 21. So just you need to use delete command. Delete from student, which is table name, where roll number equal to 21. Yes, Sai roll number is 21. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will delete complete record of student whose roll number is 21. So it will delete this entire record. Now I want to check whether the record is deleted or not. So for that purpose you need to write select star, where star means complete columns, from table name student. Whenever you write this code and click enter, it will display complete student table. And you can see only 2 records because Sai record is deleted. So it will display only 2 records as output. This is how we delete data by using delete command. By using insert command we can insert data. By using update command we can update data. By using delete command we can delete data. By using select command we can retrieve data. That is nothing but we can see output. Guys, we also call this select command as data query language. Now I will explain in detail about the select command. Guys, we also call this select command as data query language. Meaning of query is question. By using select command we are questioning to our database. For example, I want to see complete student table as output. So for that purpose we need to write select. So just write select star, star means complete columns, from table name. My table name is student. So just write here select star from student and give semicolon. That means I am questioning my database to provide complete student table as output. So query is nothing but question. By using select command we can question to our database. That is why we call the select command as data query language. Guys, in exam you may get separate question like explain querying relational data. So whenever querying relational data or select command or data query language question comes in exam, then you need to explain in detail about the select command. Whenever you write select star from student, this is my output. Star means complete columns, but I don't want complete table. I just want only name column and roll number column as output. So whenever you write here select name comma roll number from student, it will display only data which is present in name column and roll number column. So whenever you write select name comma roll number from student, it will display only these 2 columns as output. This is my output. I don't want all these records. I just want only Sai record. Sai roll number is 1. So just I written here select star. Star means complete 3 columns. It will display Sai, roll number 1 and age 20. From student, here for condition you need to give where roll number equal to 1. This is my output. It will display name Sai, roll number 1 and age 20. For example, I just want only age of student whose roll number is 1. So in place of writing star, just you need to give age. Select age from student where roll number equal to 1. So it will display only age, that is 20. For example, I want record of student whose roll number is 3. So just you need to write select star from student where roll number equal to 3. It will display complete record of student whose roll number is 3. So it will display complete Ramesh record. You can apply multiple conditions by using AND. So just I written here select star, star means complete columns, from student where age is greater than 12 and age is less than 21. If you observe this table, age is 18. Yes, 18 is greater than 12 and less than 21. 19 is greater than 12 and less than 21 accepted. Sai age 20. 20 is greater than 12 and less than 21 accepted. And next 21. 21 is greater than 12 but 21 is not less than 21. 21 equal to 21. So this is not accepted. And similarly 22. 22 is greater than 12 but 22 is not less than 21. 22 is greater than 21. So this is not accepted. So whenever I write select star from student where age is greater than 12 and age is less than 21, it will display output. Name Sai roll number 120, name Suresh roll number 4 and 19, name Rajesh roll number 5 and 18. By using AND we can give multiple conditions. Next I written here select star from student where age in 20, 30, 40. First one is 20. Yes, 20 is present. Sai age is 20. So it is accepted. And next 30. 30 is not present in this table. And next one is 40. Age 40 is not present in this table. Only age 20 is present. So I will get output. Name Sai, roll number 1 and age 20. This is my output. It will display all these 3 columns because I written here star. Star means all columns. Next I written here select star from student where I selected name column like S percentage in quotations. Guys, whenever you write S percentage in quotations, meaning of this is in name column starting letter must be S and remaining all letters are accepted. So whenever I write here select star from student where name like S percentage, it will display 3 records as output. They are Sai, Shiva and Suresh. This is my output. Next I written here select star from student where name like first time I written S percentage, that means starting letter must be S. This time I written here percentage A, that means starting any letters are accepted but last letter must be A. If you observe this table, last letter I not accepted and for Shiva last letter is A, so it is accepted and H, 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 these 3 are not accepted. So whenever I write here select star from student where name like percentage A in quotations, it will display output, that is name Shiva, roll number 2 and age 21. This is my output. For example, I written select star from student order space by age. That means it will display student table as output according to order of age from small to big. If you see this age column, in this age column 18 is small. So at first it will display Rajesh 518 and next 19 is small. So Suresh 419, after that Sai 120, after that Shiva 221 and at last Ramesh 322. This is my output. Whenever you write here select star from student order by age, it will arrange age column in ascending order. For example, I want to arrange this age column in descending order, that is from big to small. So just write here select star from student order by age space DESC, that is descending order. So whenever you write here select star from student order by age DESC and give semicolon and click enter, so it will display data in descending order according to age. This is all about select command. Next I will explain TCL, that is transaction control language. The name itself says transaction control language. So this transaction control language is used to manage transactions within a database. There are 2 commands in TCL, they are commit and rollback. I will explain these 2 commands by giving examples. Guys, for example, there is college database. Inside college database there is student table. This is student table data. Now in this student table, I want to change name Sai to name Ganesh. Now I will perform this operation by using transaction control language. So at first write start transaction and give semicolon. My student table is present in college database. So at first you need to use college database. So write use college. Now in the student table, I want to change name Sai to name Ganesh. So just you need to use update command. So just write here update and table name. I want to update data which is present in student table. So just write update student, set name equal to Ganesh, where roll number equal to 1. Meaning of this code is, it will change name to Ganesh, whose roll number is 1. Here in this table, Sai roll number is 1. So it will change name from Sai to Ganesh. Guys, whenever you start any transaction, for each and every operation you need to use commit. So after performing this operation, you need to write commit. Only after writing here commit, this operation will be permanently stored in our database. That is, it will change name from Sai to Ganesh and this information is permanently stored in database only after writing commit. For example, I written this code but I did not written here commit and I closed my software. Once if you close your software without writing commit, then this information will not be stored in our database. That is, it will not change name to Ganesh because we did not written here commit. So if you write commit, whatever the operations that you perform on database, that operations will be stored permanently in our database. So whenever you start any transaction, for each and every operation, you need to use commit. I written this transaction. Now I changed my mind. That is, I don't want to change name Sai to Ganesh. Now I want to undo this transaction. In order to undo any transaction, you can use rollback. So just after writing this transaction, just write here rollback and give semicolon and click enter. Whenever you write here rollback, it will undo this operation. That is, this operation will not take place. Guys, just remember that we can undo any transaction only before writing commit. After writing commit, we cannot undo any transaction. So use rollback only before commit. Don't use rollback after commit. Whatever the transaction that we perform, this transaction will be stored permanently in database by using commit. And if you want to undo any transaction, then you need to use rollback. This is all about transaction control language. At last I will explain data control language. Shortly we call it as DCL. Data control language is used to control the access and permissions to data stored in a database. Guys, by using data control language, we can give various permissions to various users. For example, there are 3 users. For this user, I want to give only read permission. That is, this person can only read data, he cannot insert data. And for this person, I want to give write permission. That means he can read data and as well as he can write data. And for this person, I want to give only read permission. So if we give only read permission to particular users, they can only read data, but they cannot perform any modifications on data. So you can give various permissions to various users by using data control language. In software company, there will be database administrator. He will give various permissions to various users. There are 2 commands in this data control language. They are grant and revoke, where grant command is used to grant permissions and revoke command is used to cancel permissions. This is syntax of grant command. Just write here grant permission 1, permission 2, so on table name to username, and at last give semicolon. For example, I am database administrator. In my college, there is one faculty with name Sai. This faculty Sai want to insert data in student table. So as a database administrator, I need to give insert and update permissions to this faculty Sai. For that purpose, we need to use grant command. So just write here grant insert comma update on this Sai want to insert data on student table. So just write here on student to Sai, and at last give semicolon. Whenever you write this code and click enter, now this faculty Sai can insert and update data on student table. I given 2 permissions, they are insert and update. I given permissions. Now I want to remove these permissions. So in order to remove permissions, you need to use revoke command. So write here revoke. I want to remove insert and update permissions. So just write here insert comma update on student table from Sai. Whenever you write this code and click enter, permissions are removed from Sai. Now this Sai cannot insert and update data on student table. This is all about data control language. Guys, in this DBMS subject, database language topic is very important. In exam, you may get separate questions like explain database languages, or you may also get questions like explain DDL, DML, DQL, TCL or DCL. Or you may also get separate question about each command. So try to prepare this question perfectly.